This Sunday, we recognize the baptism of Jesus Christ, focusing on the importance of water and baptism in the life of the church and the story of Jesus. So let's talk about baptism at First Congregational Church. Specifically, the baptismal font. I mean, it's there in the front of the church. We use it for baptism. At Advent, we place our Advent wreath on top of it. But have you ever really looked at it? I mean, it's pretty Gothic looking. Not only that, but it's solid marble. Do you see marble anywhere in our church? Do you see any Gothic arches and sharp spires? Nope, you don't. So what's the deal here? Well, the truth is, it wasn't designed to go here. It was designed to go here. Before we moved to our current location in 1919, this was our church, on Beaver and Eagle Street in downtown Albany. Not exactly Gothic revival, but a few more arches and flourishes than we have now, and plenty of marble embellishments, and certainly more dramatic. And right here, you can see our baptismal font. A perfect fit. So that's where it came from. But what's the big deal about the font? It's actually a pretty great story. So the most noticeable word on the front of the font is the name Tenney. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it actually refers to Dr. Jonathan Tenney. In the late 19th century, Jonathan Tenney was a well-known educator, having served as a professor and principal of some of the finest schools and academies in New England. In 1874, Jonathan Tenney was appointed Deputy Superintendent of Public Instruction for the state of New York, today known as the New York State Education Department. It was at this time that he moved to Albany. It was also at this time that he became librarian of the Young Men's Association, also known as the Young Men's Christian Association, better known today as the YMCA. Now, in his free time, Jonathan Tenney was involved in civil and political organizations. He was a member of a number of historical societies in New England and the Midwest, and he was heavily involved in the New England and New York genealogical societies. Tenney also edited quite a few works, including The History of the Young Men's Association in Albany and History of the County and City of Albany. Needless to say, Jonathan Tenney was the guy people wanted to have speak at any kind of educational or historical event in the Northeast. And in addition to all of that, he was also a licensed congregational minister. He married his wife Ellen in 1866, and he was described by many as a good conversationalist laden with valuable knowledge. Jonathan Tenney passed away in February 1888. In a service held November 18, 1906, the font was given by Ellen Tenney, Jonathan's widow, as a memorial to his memory. Around the top of the marble font are the words, "One baptism, one Lord, one faith." During the dedication ceremonies, 2 children were baptized. The first was Eleanor LeGros Tenney, the granddaughter of Jonathan Tenney, for whom the font is named as a memorial. The second child to be baptized was Dorcas Amy Hager, granddaughter of the Reverend Charles Hager, who was our church minister at the time. Dorcas later went on to become a pioneer in the field of neurosurgery. When our church moved to its current home at 405 Quayle Street, we took only 2 major pieces with us. One of these was the baptismal font. Since that time, hundreds of children and adults have been baptized in the font, not only welcoming them into the congregational faith, but also connecting them with the rich history of our congregation and with the history of the city of Albany.